I think it's really important because, so, it was really fun. And as I was growing up, it became clear to me I didn't have the personality to be a psychiatrist. I'm not empathetic enough for that. And I don't have the tolerance to listen to people's problems enough for that. I'm glad there are people who do,
there's
good therapists are a wonderful thing. I'm not cut out for that. My dad was really good. But I thought, I want to understand the biology of this. And that's why really fundamentally that I became a brain scientist. It's because my dad was a therapist and I wanted to get at it from a different angle. Yeah.
I had a question about evolution, if we can go into that a little.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Does evolution have like a set speed?
Wow, that is a really good question. It turns out that's something that evolutionary biologists argue about. So some people think fundamentally that evolution does have a set speed and it kind of goes on and it's always really slow. But now there's more and more evidence for something that the scientists call punctuated equilibrium. And what that just means is times where there's really, really big change that occurs really, really quickly. I mean, one example I would give is reading, right? Humans have been around for 200,000 years ago, starting in Africa. Yeah. But it's only been in the last few thousand years, a blink of evolutionary time that we've had written language, right? So when we think about things like people who struggle with dyslexia, right? Reading is not something that our brain is deeply evolved to do, right? Yeah. We've only been doing it for a few generations in evolutionary time, so it's not that problem that in some folks it screws up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. We're making fun of the dyslexic kid. It's like, that makes the most sense.
That's right. This is an absolutely new thing. This is the latest trend in humanity when you look in evolutionary time is reading.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah. Sometimes evolution is slow and steady, and sometimes it can change really quickly. One thing that changed really quickly, it's a classic thing that people talk about in evolution, is when cows got domesticated and people started eating a lot of dairy. Suddenly you started to have a situation where the gene to digest the sugar lactase, which you find in milk, which is normally present in kids but turned off in adults, it tends to persist into adults. And this only happened relatively recently, about 10,000 years ago.
When we started drinking milk.
When we started drinking milk. Interestingly, it happened separately several different times in different human groups. It happened once in East Africa and once in Turkey and once in Iraq, maybe even more times than that. But this is convergent evolution, things that happened in different places to achieve the same result, but something that happened pretty quickly and pretty recently in evolutionary time.
Do you think that could have been the cause of that could have led to a lot of different medical problems that humans face? Or,
well, there are some people who think that, dairy is really problematic in terms of disease. I'm not convinced by that, honestly. I think it bears a lot more research, but in my own life, I eat dairy just fine. I love cheese. I love pizza.
I have a little bit of cheese. I'll have a little.
And I don't think there's any reason to think that it's poison for you.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Like, even if I even just think about it a little, it's like, if somebody said that, I'd be like, I don't know, dude.
Here's the thing right now. Here's my theory about foods and sort of the mania for people including or not including certain foods right now. People are feeling so messed with right now. People feel so disempowered. They feel like they're messed with by the government. They feel like they're messed with by corporations, they're messed with like their boss, like they have so little in their lives they can control. But what can I control? I can still damn control what I eat.
Yeah.
Right? So people focus on that because they're feeling so fucked around with
Fuck
in
yeah.
so many other ways.
Yeah,
I
have the cheese.
that. And so it's like, yeah, I'm going to eat this. No, I'm not going to eat this.
Yeah.
And, it gives.
It's like, let me do something.
Right. And it gives rise to a whole lot of nuttiness. Like, oh man, I'm only going to eat meat and nothing else. Well, that's really not a very good idea. Oh, no, I got to absolutely avoid dairy because it's going to kill me. No, it won't kill you. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
but I understand where it's coming from. It's like, there aren't that many things left where you really feel like you control it.
Yeah. Do you think that humans can we stop evolution from happening?
No. Evolution that train's going to roll on no matter what we do. It's just, some people like to think, evolution is something that happened a long time ago and now like that doesn't happen anymore. They think technology insulates it from us. Like we don't have to worry about being cold right now because like I got a heater in my house. I got AC. I don't, my food comes to me, from DoorDash. And so I don't have to like hump the bear to eat. And yeah, those things are true, but evolution never stopped happening. Maybe right now, the thing that we're evolutionarily selecting for is being able to deal with certain pollutants in our atmosphere, right?
Oh, right. We don't know what evolution is doing right now with us.
That's right. Evolution never stops. It doesn't stop for humans. It doesn't stop for any other.
We're all of its mice.
We're all guinea pigs in this plan. But the forces that are molding us right now are different. The planet's warming. That's molding us. We are subject to different environmental pollutants. That's molding us. Maybe right now it's going to turn out that we're being selected for people who can tolerate microplastics in their body.
Yeah.
Right? Because that is something in our environment that didn't used to be there. That wasn't an evolutionary pressure that mattered 100 years ago, but it matters right now. So yeah, evolution's still happening.
Yeah, it's constantly like the experiment is ongoing.
It is.
Oh, that's pretty fascinating when you think about it like that. When you mentioned microplastics, yeah, that's like a fear right now. Like I've honestly started to buy like cotton underpants and stuff like that. Because I'm just like, you start to wonder, well, how are things getting into our system, right? Do you have a lot of fear? Is that like a fear in the scientific community?
Well, I don't think you have to worry about your underpants. I mean, unless you're eating them for lunch, I think you're fine. I think you got to worry about things you're ingesting or inhaling, things that have an obvious way of getting in.
Yeah.
Right? So, worry about microplastics in your water, in your food, that you inhale, that are in your cookware that might get, those are valid things to be concerned about. If there's a plastic band in your underpants, there probably isn't really a way that plastic's getting in your body.
Got it.
Yeah.
We've been evolving as humans, right?
Absolutely.
If we develop too much technology, are we still humans at a certain point, or do we have to like reclassify ourselves or something? Does that make any sense?
Well, maybe where you're going at is like if we all have Elon's brain implant.
Yeah.
Right? So Elon's got this company and other people have these companies where they're trying to, build something that would actually be implanted in your brain. And, maybe you could have a device that would enhance your perception or your cognition, like you could see in the infrared. You could remember everything that's on the internet, things of, this kind of science fiction stuff that you could imagine in the future. Mm-hmm. And if that were to come to pass, well, then I think, fundamentally you would have to think, are we still Homo sapiens or are we, Homo sapiens muscensis? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, muscensis. I see. Like that's the evolution of it, right? Because they would probably name the evolution after whoever owned it, Well,
and then, I'm deeply skeptical of everything corporate, right? Yeah. I get an implant in my brain. What am I going to get? I'm going to get ads.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you ever read the science fiction writer named Philip K. Dick? Mm-mm. He was the guy who wrote the stories that were the basis for films like Blade Runner and, a lot of our other famous science fiction films. He was a writer who was active in the 60s and the 70s. Man in the High Castle, for example. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep became Blade Runner.
So he'd be a cool person to talk to.
Minority Report, right? That became that film came from Philip K. Dick.